Everyone wants to save more, but most budgets fall apart before they even begin. You know the feeling, right? Well, the reason isn't a lack of discipline, it's complexity. That's why today we're exploring the Kakeibo method. It's a simple Japanese budgeting system that actually works, even in 2025 America. And look, it's not about cutting everything you love, it's about finally understanding where your money goes and how to make it work for you. Welcome to Invest Education Hub, where we turn smart investing into simple decisions. And you're going to want to stay with us until the end. I'll walk you through a 30-day plan to build your first real savings habit that actually lasts.
This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions.
So, how are we going to get there? Well, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll dig into why traditional budgeting is just so darn frustrating for most of us. Then, we're going to uncover the core mindset behind Kakeibo, which is a total game changer. We'll break down its 4 simple questions, and then I'm going to give you a concrete 30-day action plan. And finally, we'll connect the dots from mastering your savings to confidently starting your investing journey. Yeah, this is a complete guide from problem to prosperity.
All right, first things first. Let's be real. If you've ever started a budget with all the best intentions, only to feel like a complete failure a few weeks later, you are not alone. It's an almost universal experience. So we're going to start by really dissecting why these old school methods, the spreadsheets with a million categories, the super restrictive apps, often feel like they're literally designed to fail. They set us up for this cycle of excitement, then guilt, then just giving up. And I really want you to hear this. It's not about your willpower.
And this slide, I think, just captures the emotional difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the stress and overwhelm of traditional budgets. It's like you're drowning in receipts, feeling trapped by these rigid, unforgiving rules. It's complicated, it's restrictive, and it demands absolute perfection. Any little slip-up feels like a catastrophe. But then you look over to the right, and you see the calm and clarity of the Kakeibo way. It's simple, it's mindful, and most importantly, it focuses on progress, not perfection. It's all about giving yourself breathing room, not strapping on a financial straitjacket. This quote just brilliantly illustrates that cycle we all know so well. Think about it. It's January 1st. You're fired up, full of motivation. You download some fancy spreadsheet with 100 different categories for every possible expense. You swear you're going to track every single coffee. But then, life happens. A friend has a birthday dinner you forgot about. Your car makes a funny noise and needs a surprise repair. All of a sudden, that perfect plan is broken. And because the system is so rigid, there's no room to adapt. You feel like you failed, and by February, you've just thrown in the towel. This is exactly the downward spiral that Kakeibo is designed to prevent. Okay, so that brings us to the core idea of Kakeibo. Let's dig into how this builds a completely different relationship with your money. Because this isn't just about learning a new set of rules. It's about a whole new way of thinking. It's about changing the fundamental question in your head from, what do I have to cut out, to something much more powerful. What do I truly value? And is my spending actually aligned with that? It's a subtle shift, but it's a profound and much, much more sustainable approach. So, what exactly is Kakeibo? Well, at its heart, it's a century-old Japanese method for managing household finances. Now, just let that sink in for a second. This system has been helping families stay financially stable for over 100 years. This was working long before budgeting apps, long before complex spreadsheets, and way before personal finance gurus on the internet ever existed. Its longevity is, I think, a huge testament to its power, because it's built on a timeless principle: understanding your habits, not just tracking your numbers.
And this is the crucial point, right here. This idea of it being a mindfulness tool. See, Traditionally, Kakeibo is done with a pen and a notebook. And you might be thinking, why on earth would I do that in our digital age? But here's the thing. The physical act of writing down your spending forces you to slow down. It creates a deliberate pause between the purchase and the forgetting. In that pause, you're not just logging a transaction, you're actually engaging with the choice you just made. This gives it a huge psychological edge over apps that just auto-import your data without you even thinking about it. You consciously acknowledge where your money is going, and that transforms budgeting from a boring chore into a really insightful, reflective practice.
Okay, this brings us to the engine of the entire method. This is the beautiful part. You don't need complex software, you don't need endless categories. The entire foundation of Kakeibo rests on just 4 simple, powerful questions that you're going to ask yourself at the very beginning of each month. I promise you, these 4 questions will give you more clarity than any complicated spreadsheet ever could. So, let's walk through them one by one.
The first question is the bedrock of your whole plan. How much money do I actually have? And let's be super clear about this. This isn't your gross salary, that big number on your job offer. This is your net income, your take-home pay. It's the amount of money that actually hits your bank account after all the taxes and deductions have been taken out. This is the real, tangible amount you have to work with for the month. Establishing this clear, honest baseline is the essential first step. No guessing allowed.
Now, this second question, this is where Kakeibo completely flips the script on traditional budgeting. Instead of hoping to save whatever's left over at the end of the month, which is often, let's be honest, 0, it asks you up front, how much do I want to save? This forces you to prioritize your savings goal. You treat your savings not as an afterthought, but as the first and most important bill you pay each month. This is that classic pay yourself first principle in its purest, most effective form. It's a game changer.
Question 3 is about getting a handle on the non-negotiables. How much are your fixed expenses? These are the costs that are generally the same every single month. The things you have to pay to keep the lights on. We're talking about your rent or your mortgage, your utility bills, insurance payments, your car payment, and maybe some subscriptions you've decided are truly essential. Tallying these up gives you a very clear picture of the baseline amount you must cover no matter what happens during the month. And finally, we get to the 4th question. After you've set aside your savings goal and you've accounted for all your fixed expenses, you ask, how much is left for everything else? This amount is your flexible spending bucket. It's what covers things like groceries, gas for the car, dining out, hobbies, entertainment, all the variable stuff. And this is the area where that mindfulness practice really pays off. Because as you track your spending here, day by day, your true habits and hidden patterns are revealed.
And this slide just shows how beautifully simple the layout can be. Seriously. No complex spreadsheets needed, just 5 basic columns on a piece of paper. Your take-home income, your fixed costs, your essential needs like groceries and gas, your wants like hobbies and going out, and your savings goal. But the real magic, the part that creates lasting change, happens at the end of the month in that little reflections box. You ask yourself, what did I learn? For example, a reflection might be, wow, I spent $150 on ride-sharing apps. That's way more than I thought. Next month, I'll try taking the train twice a week to see how that feels. That simple reflection is what turns raw data into powerful wisdom.
Now you're probably wondering, okay, this sounds good, but how much should I actually be trying to save? Let's make this concrete. For most people who are just starting out, a really realistic and achievable goal is to save between 5 to 10% of your take-home pay. Let's look at this chart. If your take-home pay is, say, $4,000 a month, a 7.5% savings goal is $300. That's a tangible, motivating number. You can feel that. It's not about trying to save half your income overnight and burning out. It's about setting a reasonable goal, hitting it consistently, and building that powerful momentum month after month.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset, we've covered the method. Now let's turn all this theory into actual practice. Because a great idea is pretty useless without action, right? This next section is all about a clear, step-by-step 30-day action plan that you can literally start using today to build your very first sustainable savings habit.
This timeline breaks the whole process down into really manageable weekly tasks, so it doesn't feel overwhelming. Week 1 is just about setup. List all your fixed costs, and this is the most important part. Go into your bank account and automate that savings transfer. Get it out of your hands. In week 2, your only job is to track. No guilt, no judgment, just pure, honest awareness. Then in week 3, we introduce a little challenge. Schedule 2 no-spend days. This is a fantastic way to discover what your personal impulse spending triggers are. And finally, week 4 is for review. You compare your goal to what actually happened, and you write that one crucial reflection to carry into the next month.
Now, just because this method is a century old doesn't mean you have to be a total purist. We can absolutely pair this powerful mindset with modern tools to make it even easier. Many online banks like Ally, Capital One, or SoFi have these great features that let you create digital buckets or vaults. It's basically the 21st century version of the old school envelope system. And here's a pro tip to make automation your absolute superpower. Use what I call the D+1 rule. You set your automatic savings transfer to happen one day after your payday. That way, your savings goal is met and that money is whisked away before you even have a chance to see it and think about spending it. Okay. Now let's connect all the dots. Everything we've talked about so far, the awareness, the discipline, the habit of saving, it isn't just about piling up cash in a low-interest bank account. No, mastering this saving habit is the key. It's the key that unlocks the door to building real, long-term wealth. You can think of it like this. Saving is the solid foundation, and investing is the skyscraper that you build on top of it.
So what's your first major milestone on this journey? It's building a small emergency fund. Let's set a really tangible, reachable target, $500. Now, this isn't just a financial safety net for a flat tire or a small, unexpected bill. It is a huge psychological victory. Hitting this goal proves to yourself, maybe for the first time, that you have the discipline and the system in place to manage your money effectively. It builds the confidence you absolutely need for the next step.
Once you have that starter emergency fund safely tucked away, the transition from being a saver to becoming an investor is just 3 simple steps away. Step 1, you've already done. Congratulations. Step 2 is to open a brokerage account. That's just a fancy name for an account that lets you buy investments. You can do it with a great low-cost provider like Fidelity or Vanguard. And step 3, you apply the same Kakeibo habit you've already learned. You automate it. You set up small, automatic transfers into a retirement account like a Roth IRA where your money can grow tax-free, or into your company's 401k, especially if they offer a match. That's free money.
I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the relationship between these two things. Kakeibo is your training ground. It's the gym where you build your financial muscles. It teaches you the discipline to live within your means and consistently set money aside. Investing is where that discipline gets its reward. It's where your money finally starts working for you, growing and compounding over time, building a future that you could never achieve by saving alone.
And this, right here, this is the ultimate transformation that we're aiming for. When you combine the mindful saving of Kakeibo with the automated growth of investing, you fundamentally change your financial reality. You shift from living a reactive life where you're just trying to survive from one paycheck to the next to living a proactive one, where you are intentionally and consistently building the foundation for your own financial freedom. You're in the driver's seat.
So the real question is, after seeing just how simple and powerful this can be, are you ready to finally make that trade? To ditch the overwhelming complexity for a little bit of mindful clarity?
Saving money doesn't require perfection. It just requires awareness and consistency. The Kakeibo method turns budgeting from a dreaded chore into a supportive habit that actually helps you reach your goals, one mindful decision at a time. If this explainer helps you see your money a little differently, do me a favor and like it, subscribe, and maybe share it with someone who you know is ready to take control of their finances in 2025. Here at Invest Education Hub, we turn financial complexity into clarity, one smart decision at a time. Thanks for watching.